promises this: identity, security, significance, and happiness. Mammon is the spirit of this world, and it is the spirit of Antichrist. Generosity says, God is my provider, and I will worship him as my provider. And I think it frees our heart from the love of money. It's like, God, this is yours. I've lived a generous lifestyle. There's been times that have been crazy. I've told you stories of like where I've given it all away, and I'm like, I think I told you this story a couple weeks ago. I literally gave away everything our church had for this outreach. You guys remember Heaven Gates Health Flames? It was so awesome, man. We saw 364 people get saved. I gave every dime the church had away. Right at Christmas time, it was so awesome. Robin's like, what are we going to do for kids' presents? I go, take some gold paint, spray pine cones. That's what I say. I don't know. And God provided for us. So Jesus says, where your treasure is, so is your heart. And so generosity is extravagant. So let's look at Mary and Judas because it's a contrasted test. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus therefore came to the Bethany where Lazarus was, with whom Jesus had raised from the dead. And so they gave a dinner for him there. And Martha served, and Lazarus was one of the reclining with him at the table. Mary took out a pound of expensive ointment from pure nard, anointed the feet of Jesus, wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of perfume. Woo! And he said, then Judas Iscariot, one of his disciples who was about to betray him, said, why was this ointment not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor? He said this not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. And having charge over the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. Jesus said, leave her alone so that she may keep it the day I was buried. For the poor you'll always have with you, but me you'll not always have with you. Judas was a thief because he took what was the Lord's and gave it to himself. Mary passed the test. God's given us all these cantaloupes. We're owners of nothing, stewards of everything. In order to break the hold of mammon, in order to say, Jesus, you are the Lord, the master of my life, I'm not serving two masters, I got to bring my cantaloupes to him.